I am Hades, god of the underworld, lord of shadows, and master of Cerberus.
I am Poseidon, god of the sea, lord of horses, ruler of Atlantis. I am Zeus, god of the sky, lord of lightning, king of Olympus. And together, we
Are the big three.
Look at these mortals basking in our glory.
Do you think they know what we went through to get here, brothers?
I don't think so. Let us show them. Witness how we came to be.
In the time before gods and immortals, there lived the Titans, a race of powerful immortals that were born to the proto-Genoa, Gaia, Mother Earth, and Ouranos, Father Sky. The 12 Titans were detested by their father so much he would often abuse them. So Gaia devised a plan to get rid of him.
My children, you have seen how your father is. He is a true monster, and monsters need to be put down. I have created a powerful weapon, the scythe. Which one of you will wield the mighty scythe and slay your father?
Initially, no one dared to take the scythe. Then Gaia noticed movement in the crowd. Her youngest son, Jared, stepped up to the scythe and was initially shocked by how much power it was giving off. He took the scythe in his hand, and with a deep voice he said,
I will do it, mother. I will slay our beast of a father. Siblings, will you help me?
His two brothers, Edgar and Henry, along with two of his sisters, Sydney and Jasenia, rose.
We will stand by you, brother.
Then let's kill the one we call father.
Jared and his siblings had planned this attack for a month. Finally, they were ready.
Okay, when father gets here, remember the plan.
Yes, we don't want him to stop on us fight with the weight of the sky, so Jared, when father comes down from his domain, he will be cut off from his source of power. At the moment, me, Henry, and Sydney and Jasenia will jump out of our hiding spots and pin him down by his limbs, but will it work? I mean, he's in the water.
Then we will come in with the scythe and cut him into a dozen pieces and scatter his essence in the sea. And Edgar, that's right. When we scatter his essence, he will never be able to reform again. You will be rewarded to the four corners of the universe, right, Jared?
Yes, of course, sister.
Now, let's begin.
Gaia called for Ouranos to come down and spend time with her. Unbeknownst to him, his life was about to come to an end.
Ouranos, my husband, you have not spent any time with me.
Yes, I know. I have been in the sky getting away from my ugly children. Even the Titans are ugly beasts.
No, they are not. They are our children, and you should love them all the same.
If I had it my way, I would kill them.
At that moment, Jasenia, Henry, Edgar, and Sydney jumped out and grabbed Ouranos. They struggled due to their father being one of the proto-Genoi, but they finally pinned him down. Ouranos was thrashing and screaming so loud, the earth shook.
What is the meaning of this? I am Ouranos, proto-Genoid of the sky. I am your father, unhand me or you will suffer my wrath.
At that moment, Jared came around from the corner, slowly, maniacally, with the scythe in his hand. Ouranos' face paled rapidly, turning from a sky blue to a cloudy white.
This is for our brothers, locked away from treacherous. For our mother, you've abused repeatedly. creator of the universe. Hear me, Jared. If you do this, one day your children overthrow you the way you have done me. I curse you.
You will not live to see it. Goodbye, Father.
Die here.
Hey, did we just pass Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades?
Yeah, I think we did.
Come on, we're late.
Welcome, students, staff, community members, Director Riverall, and class of 2017. I am Claudio Hernandez.
I'm Gerardo Aguilar.
And I'm Taylor Winters. And this is
our Senior Talk.
Let's take a step back to the video you all saw a couple seconds ago. What you saw in the video was a section of the play that Gompers Preparatory Academy's very own 6th graders had put on for their peers. They acted out the war of how the gods came to power. Each of the students had a role in the play, whether they were backstage assisting the costumes or in the performance.
Now, who knows who the Greek gods are?
Anybody? Dario. You are correct. The Greek gods are the 12 chief deities of ancient Greece.
The Greek gods were created from the minds of the ancient Greek civilizations to represent what was happening in the world. Now imagine a world without creativity. You can't, can you? Creativity is life. Creativity is our light. And creativity is the future of our youth. Our love for mythology was a way for us to express ourselves freely without fear of persecution. It provided us with the joy that we wanted to spread onto others.
We didn't want to follow the status quo. We wanted to distance ourselves from our comfort zones and help younger students thrive to do the same. The main point of our project was to instill a sense of confidence into the younger students.
We contacted Mrs. Schneider, a 6th grade teacher who has an after-school reading group. She allowed us to work with her set of 15 students, and so we put their creativity to the test. We had them create their own Greek gods as an inspiration for them to play the original gods. We read multiple plays with the children to prepare them for their own performance. Even though we knew a great deal about the gods, we knew that the kids had much to learn. To better help them understand, we read a myth and analyzed what the key components were. We used this same structure for the play.
One of the first things we needed to do was find costumes. Initially, we looked for cloth that we can shape and mold for the kids, while also letting them design their own. Shout out to Mr. Young for the awesome costumes.
It was great to step back and relearn all the things that made us fall in love with it.
Teaching is an incredibly challenging task, and we learned that firsthand. Throughout the past 20 weeks, the students have been so supportive of us when we have made mistakes, and even laughed with us as we have made them and corrected them. They have taught us as we have taught them. They taught us that when you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up about it. Admit it, fix it, learn from it, and be better.
Throughout our time working with Mr. Schneider's after-school group, we learned what it was like to teach 6th graders. Yes, it was definitely a challenge at first, because we had to remember that a long time ago, we were once 6th graders too.
We had a ton of help from our co-coach, Mrs. Robinson. She introduced to us the idea of working backwards. This allowed us to meet all of our deadlines and keep track of where we were supposed to be at each week. We later realized that this would be a versatile skill for college.
Remember, this is a reading group, so we knew that the kids had trouble with pronunciation. Greek mythology has a lot of names that are difficult to pronounce. This was a challenge and a reward for them. It was a challenge, yes, because they would struggle with it. But once they got it down, they felt a sense of accomplishment. I, myself, used to struggle greatly with pronunciation. One word, believe it or not, that caused me so much trouble throughout my years was squirrel. Yes, such a simple word as squirrel caused me so much trouble. I used to pronounce the word school, School, I couldn't roll my R's. But now I have no problem saying squirrel. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel.
Where?
I'm kidding. Thank Hades, he's gone.
Hey, yo, T, show me a step back.
That was fun and all. But people assume that since I'm African American, I'm good at basketball. And this couldn't be farther from the truth. My cross is horrific, jump shot's terrible, and my handles, not bad, but they're a little rusty. Greek mythology, Greek mythology was my passion. Some questioned me about it, and some called me names. I began to question my passion, but then I realized I shouldn't. I had found something that I loved, and I wasn't gonna let anyone dictate whether or not I should like it. That is what we wanted to send to the kids. They should feel capable of enjoying what they want, no matter what others think.
Back in 2010, when we were sixth graders, we didn't have the seniors there for us. That's why we chose to do this. When we leave, we'll know that we instilled courage and confidence into a group of young people. Don't believe us? Please direct your attention to the screen.
So, Francisco, can you tell me how this experience has helped you?
This experience has helped me to get out of my shell and to participate in more activities, like share out and do a lot more stuff.
Watch out for your next dances, director.
Like we said before, creativity is life, and creativity is the future of our youth. Today's sixth graders could be the next technological moguls. Their futures have endless possibilities. All we can hope for is whatever they choose to do, they do it on their terms.
By bringing out their inner selves, we wanted our students to feel confident and passionate about anything they desired, as well as show our younger generations that it's okay to look for help instead of just standing alone.
They like to ask us a lot of questions, like a lot of questions, which is what really showed us how much they wanted to learn, because we have learned from Director Riverall. Smart people ask questions.
When we first told the kids what we planned on doing, they were taken back in complete fear of having to perform. We told them that everything would be okay and that we would help them through it all. A couple weeks later, and almost the whole class wanted to perform.
Just knowing how to read isn't enough. We showed our kids how to understand what they're reading while also improving their comprehension and stamina.
While also improving the concentration skills, we can show them that everything is done for a reason and that they should keep striving for the answers to their questions.
This is the year that everything changes for us. We turn 18, we go to college, pursue our dreams, and live the life that we want for ourselves. We get on that plane and take a chance. It'll be hard to leave what we know for the last 7 years, but that's life, and we need to live ours.
The overall message of our project was to show students of color that they don't have to be bound to racial stereotypes. Now that you have seen what we've done, we encourage all of you here to push everyone you know to embrace new things with a fiery passion. Thank you. And this concludes our senior talk.